Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Mind Mesh podcast. And today is an interesting day, and having with me a guest. His name is Mike Ododa. He's a Kenyan-born U.S. citizen, U.S. Army as well. So, welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be in your podcast. You know, we've been talking about it for a long time. And finally, you
here.
Get me on the bench of gentlemen's talk.
So guys, so today is a crucial one. We want to talk about this, times when people discuss about people moving from Kenya to the US and wanting to, look for greater opportunities outside Kenya. So today I think we are going to broadly discuss that in terms of what are the variations between Kenya and the US, and why do people go there, and what is the difference between looking for opportunities in the US and Kenya. So I think if I may start, my first question. So you've been to the US. How many years now?
I went to the US in 2018. 2018. I came back in 2024. I believe
that's like 6 years.
That's like 6 years. So yes, I've been there for like 6 years. 5 years in the military, and then the first year was just trying to figure out how the American life is, because when you move from one place to another, it requires a lot of time for you to adapt. So the first year was me adapting to the US life, and then I joined the military. So to summarize, I've been there for 6 years.
You first went to the US before joining the military?
Yes.
So did you apply there, or you applied before you went?
No. So my father is an American citizen. He has been there for 20 plus years. So he filed for me, as his child to go to the America. So when I went there, I went via green card, which they call it's called a permanent residence. So I went there let me just say I went there with a green card. But my father filed for me.
So while you were there, you applied to be in the army?
Yes.
So what was the interest you joining the army? Like, did you consider the career options?
Why the army? No, I always knew, like everybody in my family always knew my life was all about the military stuff, just from the clothes that I used to wear even when I was young and stuff. So people already knew, like, I'm just going to probably end up being in the military. No matter what country I was in, whether Kenya or America, being in the military was my dream.
Okay, so in terms of you've lived in the US for 6 years, but a bigger part of your life has been in Kenya.
Yes.
So if you compare these two lives,
the
way of living here and the way of living there, and somebody who is planning to go there, like in your first years, and how you adapt, and how you keep on, and now you consider yourself, now I am deep into the system. So how was it?
So this came about, like, let me say about the second year, but probably second to third year of me being in the US. So it's it's different. It depends to the kind of mentality that you're going with. If you want to go to America, are you going there to look for, like, greener pastures in terms of money wise, or are you just going there to explore and see how the life is? So I'd say for someone who has kids here in Kenya, if you have like a big family here in Kenya and you're relocating to go to the America, you by yourself and not your family, if you're going to the America to probably just look for a job and that, then America is the right place for you. But for other people, let's say like me, for example, I went there when I was about in my 18 years, So I was young at the time, So being that I was young, I had the mentality that I had about America is, it's a great land, I want to go and party, but I didn't know that great lifestyle comes with a lot of repercussions. You know what I mean? So America, if you mix your life with work and partying, it's not going to end well for you. So if you're going to America, have one mentality. If you're going to work, go to work. Just strictly working. then you'll find life in America is quite a bit easy.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go in there for, let me say, like education, and then you want to mix it up with like partying and work and stuff, it becomes quite hectic, you know, because America, one thing about America, you can't live in America if you don't have a job, regardless of what age you are. I mean, not really regardless of what age you are, but I mean, American can work as from 16 years, you know. So that's where
16 years.
Yes, as from 16 years. So 16 years in Kenya, that is Form 2, right? Form 2.
Yeah,
Form 2. So if you find someone who's in Form 2 already has been assigned that, you know, that responsibility of going to work and also paying the bills in the house. Versus here in Kenya, that is not something we are used to. We're used to, okay, you have to finish Form 4, and then once you're done with your high school, that's when you actually start chipping in. But when I went to America, it's different. So when I got there, my father was like, "Oh, you're already here. Kids your age are already going to work and helping their parents with bills in the house." So I was like, I have to pay bills in the house. I have to go to school. I have to go to work because there's no way you're gonna pay for these bills if you're not working. You have to go to work,
and you're living with
and you're still living with your parent. So you know, that is not something that is actually common here in Kenya. It's not common because in high school you actually spend most of your time in school. But in America it's different. You know, you get off at school at around 3 and then you get to work. You know. So for me, I'd say at a younger age, it was quite challenging for me, you know, like I got super depressed, you know, I was super depressed and stuff because it was a different kind of lifestyle from what I expected, because I thought it was the land of, you know, like honey and milk. I was just going to go there, things were going to be easy. But actually it turned out to be the opposite, you know. Versus I had a colleague of mine, I think like 4 years down the line, I used to like drive trucks with him and stuff. So when he came to the States, he only had one purpose, and it was just working. So he was just working. So he had a lot of time to do a lot of other stuff, you know. But for me, it was challenging because I had to go to school, I had to go to work, I had to make sure I also have to take care of some of the bills in the house. So I'm young, and I'm like, back in Kenya, people around my age actually not going through a lot of this hardship, you know. So I wouldn't say that America is bad or it is good, or Kenya is bad, or Kenya is good in some ways, but you know.
So regarding work, you see, you are a 16-year-old, for instance. I think that is the age when American issues ID 16. In Kenya, we do it at 18.
Yeah, 16. Right? Yeah, 16.
So there's been this, I don't know whether it's a misconception or a fact, that those people who have gone to the US, there is a lot of work you can do there.
Yeah.
But the type of work that people do there, it's more like casual work. Like for instance, there's this common one, they say, ya kuosha mashosho, unajua?
The
one for taking care, being a caregiver.
Yeah, home care, caregivers,
for the old people. That is a common one that many people say. So so they're like, some people say that, you know, Americans have been in their country for that long, and there are some young Americans, they don't want those kind of jobs. So those jobs are only left for foreigners. That is the word that is going around.
Yes.
Yeah, because it is, if you compare the earnings there per hour, it's a lot of money here in Kenya.
Right.
So many people go there. If you don't have a job and you walk into a caregiving home,
right,
you just get a job to maybe take care of some old woman or old man, or even be a cleaner sometimes. So the story has been that they're high paying casual jobs than in Kenya. So if you land there, you go and get the job almost instantly, because it's like they have been waiting for you. It's like the people who reside there, they don't want those kind of jobs.
Right.
It's like those jobs are open for people, foreigners who are coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So to touch on that, well, in some ways you're right. So let me say, okay, the casual jobs in America are much paying than the ones here in Kenya. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I also did the caregiving thing at some point. I think I did it for like 3 or 4 months. I think 3 months or 4 months, if I'm not wrong. Yes, you're very right. And that is actually true. You know, if you go to some states, like the well-paying states when it comes to healthcare, that is like, let me say, Washington State, we have Minnesota, they actually pay good when it comes to caregiving, right? So you find a lot of foreigners, they tend to go to these states that pay high in in healthcare when it comes to caregiving, because it pays more compared to, okay, if you look at someone who has done okay, the caregivers in America, most of them are usually called the CNAs, certified nursing assistants, right? But you find they also have the same cost here in Kenya. But you find the CNA here in Kenya, let's say per month he or she is getting paid, let me say like 30,000, right? Yeah, 30,000. But that in America is like roughly like $300. You know, if you put $1 is 100 Kenyan shillings, that is like $300. But that $300 you can make it in 2 days if you're in America. Yeah, you can make it in 2 days. So the casual jobs in America are high paying than here in Kenya. Another thing that also came to realize, you see, here in Kenya, most of the jobs that people look in quotes down upon, let me say, like, say you're a plumber, right? Or an electrician or a carpenter. Here in Kenya, those are the jobs that don't pay well. But I guess the funny thing is, in America, those are some of the jobs that actually pay high. An electrician gets a lot of money. A plumber, a lot of money. When a plumber comes to your house just to fix a water pipe, do you know how much that costs? You're looking at almost like $500 to $700. That's like 70,000. Yeah. So do the math. Say if he gets to fix, like, he has to fix like 5 or 6 houses in a day. He's good.
So 70,000 is like
that's
no
like
plumber will get that.
Yeah, no plumber will get it, and that is just on one house.
Yeah,
that's like in one house. So say you probably do like four or five houses. How long does it take to do that job? Probably like what, 30 minutes to 45, fixing a pipe in a sink or whatever, and he's done. You know, it's like that's like
$500.
About $500. You know.
So what is the the point is, why do those who already live in the US, they don't consider such casual jobs so much?
Because you know, the thing is, in America, like I said, when we started this conversation, I said in America you can't live, you can't like have a sustainable lifestyle if you're not working, right? You find a lot of people do like 2 jobs so they can sustain the kind of living that they can afford, the kind of living that they have, you know. So what I'm trying to say is, if you these casual jobs, because a lot of people are into it, the demand is not that high because there's a lot of people who actually are trying to get into it. So what do? They lower the prices down. Not really lower the prices, they lower the offers down, right? Say we have an offer to one spot, right? I have the same qualifications as you, right? Or let me say like there's 20 of us, the same qualification, trying to apply for one job, right? And it's like 5 companies trying to offer the same job, right? And they're like overemployed, right? So what are they going to do? They're going to lower the prices down. You know what I mean? Like not the prices, sorry, but the wage that they're paying, they're going to lower it down. So the jobs that actually offer like high pay, when I say high pay, that's like $40 per hour and above, are white collar jobs. So that's where the difference comes in. The casual jobs in America that foreigners are actually getting into, they don't pay that much because a lot of people are into it. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Yes. So the white collar jobs that are actually there, you find, I don't want to be racial or anything, but like a lot of white people into it because they kind of tend to focus more on college, you know, versus foreigners. When we get there, the only thing we think about is just work and money, but not really actually education. You get. So if you're overcrowded in a job, it means the pay will go. It's the same thing here in Kenya. If you have too many people trying to apply for the same job, what are you going to do? You're going to lower the salary, right? It's the same thing also in America for the casual jobs. That's why the casual jobs over there, a lot of people get into it, they're overcrowded, but they don't really pay that much as white collar jobs.
But the amount they pay is more than what you get in Kenya.
Yeah, but the amount of they get over there is higher than what you actually get here in Kenya.
So if you compare that with this condition of living, like, can that sustain somebody to, say, being a caregiver, for instance?
So
somebody who has come from Kenya now is going to work there.
Well, not necessarily just Kenya, but any other country. If I think if it's possible, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably 3 out of 10, that you can actually sustain you know, like a lifestyle in America with just one casual job. No.
So one is not enough.
One is not enough. You have to work 2 jobs. Yeah, for the casual jobs. Yeah, bro. If if you're earning anything less than 20, let's just say anything less than $22 an hour. Excuse me, you need like 2 jobs.
So one cannot be enough.
Yeah, one job is not enough. That's what I'm saying. On a scale of 1 to 10, probably 3 out of 10 people actually survive on one job in America. Boy, I don't think I can name up to 5 people, or maybe even 3 people who actually have a life that they can sustain on just one job in America. A lot of people, majority of people, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, they have 2 or 3 jobs in America, especially on the East Coast. On the East Coast, people do even up to 3 jobs, bro. Like they sleep literally in the job. They change in the job, they shower in the job. Everything they do is in the job.
For them to be
okay, like he has a shift from let's say from 6 in the morning till 2 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
Then he gets off at that 2 p.m. The same company that he works in, right? He goes to the bathroom, shower real quick, take a lunch, probably eat noodles or something, drive to the next job. So to the next job, before you have like a part-time, like a 4 hours, it's a 4-hour job, right? Because in America, anything above 8 hours is overtime. Yeah. In America, you can only work for 8 hours. Anything above 8 hours is overtime.
Yeah. That is paid for also.
Yes, overtime. That is paid. So overtime, if you work in America, anything above 8 hours, you get paid time and a half. Time and a half is, if you're getting paid $40 an hour, which means they'll pay you anything above about 8 hours, they'll pay you 40 times 2, that is 80. And they'll pay you like
that's half of
half of what you get. Yeah, time and a half. Yeah.
So people prefer the overtime.
So that is where you make the money in America. Because one thing about, if you do just 8 hours, you have bills, you have tax. Yeah. You know, that is why in America you get paid twice in a month. Have you ever asked yourself why you get paid twice in a month in America?
Why twice?
Because the amount that the amount that you're making in just one paycheck, that alone can only cover your bills, but it cannot actually sustain your lifestyle. That is why now the second paycheck is now the one to sustain your lifestyle. The first one goes on bills and taxes, and then the second one is the one you can sustain your lifestyle. That is why in America people get paid twice in a month. Here in Kenya people get paid once in a month, only on the end month, right? Yeah. But in America you get paid twice in every month. Yes, like even in the military, you was paid on the 1st and then the 15th of every month. Yeah, because the first paycheck, all that goes into just bills. Bills. That is why in America, it's so hard to save in America. And it's easy to save in Kenya. You didn't know that. Now you know. It's so hard. I'm telling you, people in America are not saving. It's hard to save in America because the kind of lifestyle and the bills that are there.
You have to work your ass off.
You have to grind. It's not what people think it is.
So say a Kenyan comes from here.
Yeah.
And with the kind of lifestyle that you've described and the many hours of jobs you need to work for you to sustain your life.
Yeah.
So say I get out of here, I go to the US now.
Yeah.
And maybe get a casual job, one job.
Right.
So the kind of that the old thrill of doing 3 jobs, like how easy is it for me to get a second or a third one? And also how will I move in between the 3? And you know, the kind of time I have, and also are there limitations for me as a foreigner rather than a citizen who can get 2 or 3 jobs? Like what are the restrictions, or how easy or hard is it for me to get more than a job so that I be able to sustain the kind of living there?
Well, to be honest with you, I won't lie to you, I don't think there's any country that it's easy to get a job like America. Like, you know, they have even applications on your phone that you can actually download. Let's say, for example, Indeed. There's another app, I forgot its name. So this, what you do with this apps, you just, all you have to do is put your resume. You put your resume over there and then just go and apply on. If you want to go for a full-time job or a part-time job, you just put your resume over there, and then the app itself will do the work of submitting your resume to the companies that are hiring, you know, because there are a lot of companies that are hiring. It's easy to get a job in America, so easy. All you have to do is just put your resume over there, you know. So you find when the app puts your resume in there, you'll probably get like 3 or 4 companies that will call you, right? They will get back to you, be like, hey, Mr. Elfas, we actually got your resume, and we actually like your resume, and we would actually like to offer you a position, right? So then, okay, So you go with the company, hey, okay, if you're from a position, they will ask you what time are you available. Actually, that's the good thing about American companies. They ask you what time are you available. What shifts are you available? Are you available for the morning shift? That is from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Are you available for the afternoon shift, which is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.? Are you available for graveyard shift, which is like 10 p.m. till 6 in the morning? So you can tell them, I'm only available for the morning shift, which is 6 to 2 p.m. Then the other job, maybe job C or D, also reached out to you. You can tell them, hey, I'm available for the afternoon shift, which is from 2 to 10.
So that you ensure you cover different
so while you're exactly, but getting a job in America is so easy. Like, it's so easy to get a job, especially the casual jobs. Let me say, like Amazon, they're always hiring. Now the difficult part comes in foreigners. If you come to America and you don't have what is called a social security card, this social security card in Kenya, I think there was a time, President Ruto actually introduced it, something called the Huduma number. But in America, it's called the social security number. So this social security number, this is what actually entails everything about you. If they type it in a computer, everything, it shows everything about you. Where you've worked for the past 10 years, where you lived, everything, it shows everything, So this is where, for you to get this social security number, you have to either be a permanent residence card holder who is also stroke a green card holder, or you have to be a citizen. And that is where a lot of foreigners actually, have a problem. Like, that is one of the major factors that hinders foreigners from actually getting like the well-paying job, the well-paying casual jobs, because they don't have this social security number. That is why you find a lot of people go there. You find someone, you get on the news, you hear like ICE deport someone. They deport you because you don't have legal papers, So this legal papers is your status is actually, you're ineligible to be in a country. You can't even work. Because if you, in America, when you try to get a job, they ask for this social security number. Any company asks for it. So if you go to a company that doesn't ask for this social security number, they'll pay you under the table. They call it chinyameza.
Also, they won't pass you through the.
Yes. So you'll find if you're doing a job that is worth a pay of $500, right? They'll pay you like, let me say, 300. And they're paying you cash because you can't trace cash. You know that, right?
So that is illegal, though.
Yeah. They're hiring you, but the illegal way, because you don't have papers. Because if you have the social security number, you'll be paid what the job that you're actually doing. You know what I mean? But just the fact that you don't have this social security number, which means you don't have papers, right? So if you don't have papers, I'll just hire you, but use your muscle for my job, for whatever I want you to get done, but I'll pay you whatever amount I please. Because there's no way you can take me. You can't take me to the authorities.
So say if you're not a green card holder or a citizen,
yes,
you cannot get a good paying job.
You cannot get a good.
So leave alone
I don't want to say you can't. It's hard. It's super hard.
So even the white collar office jobs, no, that's so difficult.
Forget. Actually, as a matter of fact, forget about those ones. If you're not a green card holder, or you're not what's it called, a citizen, this white collar jobs, just
cannot get them.
Not unless you are an asylum holder, you file for asylum. But if you file for asylum, you can come back to your country. You know that, right? Not unless you're an asylum holder. If you file for asylum, so that's what a lot of people do. They go to they leave Kenya. Say they when they go to the embassy, right? They say they're going to America for visitation, right? They're going to visit somebody, and they get like a visa for like 6 months, right? And then when they get there, they file for asylum. They say from where they come from. Say your village, right? Say you're from Siaya, right? They say in Siaya there's a lot of
chaos.
Tribunal war is going over there, right? Like Luos are fighting with Kalenjins and stuff, so they're afraid of their likes. They can't go back to where they can go back to Siaya. So what does the government of America do? They offer them asylum, which means they'll forever be in America, not unless they marry somebody. You get the point? Unless they marry somebody who is an American citizen, and then they get the citizenship through marriage. You get that? And then now they can come back to Kenya. Because now they're a citizen. They're no longer asylum holders. They're American citizens. Now they can come back to Kenya. Yes.
So with the asylum status, are they able to also get jobs?
Yes, the asylum status they're able
They
to
will
get
be given
jobs.
the number.
Yes, yes, they'll be. I think I don't know what's it called, but they actually get that the social security. No, they get the work permit. It's called a work permit. They get a work permit. Yeah.
So this asylum you can just apply for it. The government of US won't investigate whether there is war there or not.
No, of course they don't have that time to send individuals to come and investigate. They're not going to spend those resources to send somebody from America to go to CIA. They don't even know where CIA is in the first place. You know, they don't have that time.
But Obama comes from CIA, so they have to know CIA.
Yes, they do come. Yeah, so they're not, because you know the thing. One thing you have to understand is, right, is you're not the only, since you're a Kenyan, right, you're not the only person who's also filing for this asylum. Say you're from Washington State. I'm from Washington State. Say you're from Washington State. There's like 700 people in Washington State applying for this asylum, and that is just one state. There are like 50 states. You tell me, and it's not just Kenya. There are Kenyans, Cameroonians, Nigerians, name it. So you want to tell me they're going to send every single person to these countries to investigate just one person? No, of course they're not going to do that. Yeah.
So now we've now briefly touched on how to get a job in the US, the difficulties and the ease.
Yeah.
So now before we go further, somebody might be thinking now, how do I go to that US? What are some of the ways that I can go to that US?
Right.
Just picture Kenyan, typical Kenyan. Somebody has an ambition of going to the US to work, basically. 99% of people want to go to the US. They want to go for opportunities. And in this case, opportunity is the work, right?
Right.
So what are some of the ways that you can go to America as a citizen of Kenya or any other African country?
Yeah. So, you know, to be honest with you, and also, you know, to the people who are actually watching this podcast, I don't want to lie to you. Going to America is one of the hardest. Actually, going to America is the hardest thing. You know, it's not like going to any other country. The only ways that I actually am acquainted with that you can actually go to them, you can use to go to the America is, one, if someone files for you, let's say like a father, like a parent. Let's say your parent is in America, right? And then he files for you. That is another way. That is the first way.
So must it be only a family member? No friend can file for
it can't be. It can't be. No, I'm talking about what do they call it? I forgot the name. There's a certain name that they use for that procedure, but it only applies with a biological parent, not uncle or auntie.
No friend.
No.
So biological parent.
And this only is applicable when a child is 17 years and below.
So past 17?
Past 17 years, they'll try you. They look at the case like as an adult. You get it? Yeah, they look at it as an adult. So that is the first way. A parent can file for a child to come say, "Oh, I'm a parent here in America. I'm an American." And the parent has to be an American citizen, not a green card holder, an American citizen. For you to file to file for his or her child to come, the child has to be 17 years and below. So they're like, "Oh, I'm a parent over here. I want my child to come over and stuff, blah blah blah." That is the first way. The second way that I know is somebody over there who is either a green card holder or an American citizen to send you an invitation. And the invitation can be about say a wedding or a ceremony or a funeral. Yes. And the third way is through scholarship. Those are the only three ways you can go to America.
How about the green card way?
So the green card. Also the green card, but you know the green card is, you know, it's slack. You know, it's like, because you're not the only. It's all over Africa. And the green card way. I forgot to mention that. And
so the second one you mentioned is if a friend or a green card holder or a citizen invites you.
Yes.
So what are the conditions? If they invite you, are you going there for a short period of time, or
usually
you can make you stay longer?
No, usually they give you when you got there through let me say visitation or when you get invited, right? Usually I think it's like 6 months, if I'm not wrong. The visa usually is lasts for 6 months. Yes. So after 6 months you need to come back to Kenya, right? Or whatever country we're from, you have to go back to that country. And then if you want to go back, you have to, like, they have to send you another invitation again. Yeah.
So with that, you can't work. It's impossible to work there for 6 months, because if your visa is 6 months old, you get a job, you can't work for 3 months.
Yeah, because
it will give you the urge to want to continue.
Yeah,
so your visa is limiting you.
Yes. Yeah. So with that, what usually happens is, like, a lot of people go through, visitation, like a friend invites you and stuff, right? Say the reason that they put in the letter of invitation is, let's say, like a wedding or graduation or funeral and stuff, right? And then the visa usually lasts for like 6 months, right? So you find a lot of people, majority of people, what they normally do is they go, and then once this 6 months that they're over there, they try to get these jobs that are the ones, like I told you, that pay chini ya meza.
Yeah.
But while they're doing that, they also have relatives over there who also came to the same way, so they put them on how to go about it. Like, hey, I know this and this place that they do what they hire people who don't have what, people who don't have papers. So you can be there and shikilia hapo for like a year ukitafuta upepo. That's what usually happens. So while you over there, you meet different kind of people from Cameroon, Ghana and stuff, working at the same place, right? They also don't have papers, right? And also they also have ideas from their relatives and friends out there. So they all bring in those ideas, and then you learn 1 or 2 ways of how to do what, how to stay in America, even past the 6 months that you are supposed to be there. And then that's where people start filing for asylum. After that span of 6 months is over, they file for asylum, and then now they can go back to Kenya, or they just stay there illegally until they actually find someone who they can actually marry, or they buy the citizenship. People buy there, right?
How do you buy it?
So what happens is, right, you're a Kenyan, right? I'm Kenyan, right? You're a citizen. I'm not a citizen. I'll come and tell you, hey, you know what, Alphonse, I'll offer you $15,000. Marry me, so I can be an American citizen, so I can get the papers. Because if you marry, I told you, the ways that you can only be an American citizen, either through birth or naturalization. Those are the only 2 ways. There ain't no any other way.
No registration.
No. There's no. It's just birth or naturalization. That's it. So I'll come with, hey, I know, man, you're an American citizen, right? I have 15,000. That's like what, 1.5 million in Kenya, right? I have $15,000 US. Marry me. So once you marry me, I get the papers. Okay, a lot of people usually get into like an agreement, right? Like a pre-contract, right? So at the beginning of the marriage, I'll give you half of the money, and once the papers come, I give you the rest. And the rest comes when you go to the interview, because you also have to go to the interview with this person, because they'll ask you, the person is actually asking you, how do you know this person? Like, how long have you been dating? And the funny thing is, they usually make even what do they call it? Random appearances to your house. They can just come and knock and see if actually you guys actually live together, you're actually married. They'll go to the house, the back, the closet, the see
if you share clothes.
Exactly. They do that. Yeah. So if they come and they find that you guys actually not living together, they nullify it. Yeah, it's over, and you get deported back. And then whoever was a citizen, you lose your citizenship.
Then you get deported.
Yeah, you get deported. Yeah.
I didn't know that one existed.
Yeah, bro. They make random appearances. They can come anytime. So you have to be super careful if you're doing that.
So being an American citizen is difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So of course there is the green card way, which I think is just like a lottery. It's more like a luck thing, because a lot of people are usually applying for it, and then there are those who get it. Yeah. So if for instance one gets that green card, like, and then they can invite somebody, right?
Yes, they can.
So how long do they take? Say I win a green card today. I go to the US, maybe, because people apply this year, they'll go next year, I think.
Right.
Around March there.
Right.
So if I land there, how long is it gonna take for the government to verify everything about me and then give me citizenship, or maybe I hold some temporary documentation to show that I'm now, a US, part of the US as a citizen or as a resident.
So if you're a green card holder, when you get to the US, you can only be a green card holder for 5 years. After 5 years, you become a citizen.
So within these 5 years, what am I doing?
You have the same rights as this person who is an American citizen.
But with that number that I can work with,
everything, the same thing a citizen has, you also have. The only difference is he's a citizen, you're not a citizen. You're a permanent resident. Yeah.
So after 5 years, when I can get the citizenship?
After 5 years, now you're eligible to apply for citizenship and you get it. They'll give it to you. They won't,
automatically.
Automatically after 5 years.
So within these 5 years, am I able to travel back?
Yeah, you can travel to Kenya and come back. You can travel to anywhere and come back. That's what you enjoy, the same privilege as a citizen. The only difference is actually this guy is actually a citizen. You just not a citizen, but you have the same rights and benefits. Yeah. The only difference is a citizen can actually have an American passport, but a green card holder cannot have an American passport. Yeah. That's the only difference.
So I'll just travel with my Kenyan passport.
You just travel with your foreign passport. Yeah.
Okay. So, for instance, within that 5 years that I stay there, I can alternate through all those jobs that I want to apply for.
Yeah, we can do anything we want.
Yeah. So, of course, there's a big difference. I am a green card holder, but I'm not a citizen.
Yeah.
So maybe enjoying most privileges together with the citizen. So what can't I not do as a green card holder and a citizen can do? And if I do, it brings me trouble. While I live within these 5 years before I get the permanent, the citizenship, what can't I do and what can I do?
Oh, I don't think there's anything that a green card holder cannot do that a citizen can or cannot do. They all can do the same thing. It's just that when you get into trouble as a green card holder or a permanent resident, the chances of them taking it away is higher and faster compared to a citizen. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to take away somebody's citizenship. It's hard, but actually, I don't think you can take anyone's citizenship. You can, but you can take someone's green card.
Yeah, you can take someone's.
But you can't take someone's citizenship.
Yeah.
So I think that is the only difference. Like the bad side to it as a green card holder. When you get into certain troubles, you might lose it quicker compared to a citizen, because you can't take someone's citizenship. Once it's a citizen. Yeah.
So. With that, actually, what I wanted to get from that is, you see, you've gone there, you are new.
Yeah.
And like a citizen who knows a lot of things, like say you are a Kenyan right now, you know that if I go there in town and pee, that guy called Geoffrey Musiria, if you know him, he will come for you.
Yeah.
And it is trouble.
Right.
So the same thing, that is what I wanted to get. Like you go there, you are innocent, but there are some things we do in our country that we think are normal in other countries. Maybe you've not gotten acquainted with how the rules work, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So what are the chances that this can cost you, or you can explain yourself and they know you are new and stuff, and you don't get penalized, or you get less fine, or you just get warned?
Yeah.
Because some things I'm doing in Kenya, so normal, but then if I go there, it's totally different, and it might cost me maybe my stay there or my green card ownership status.
Yeah. So okay, let's say things like that. Let me say they're called like misdemeanors. Those are like small petty crimes. I think for you to do something super illegal, for you to actually affect your green card status or your permanent residency status or your citizenship, it has to be something federal. It has to be like a federal crime. Like something big, like drugs and narcotics or something. But these other petty crimes, like like jaywalking, like jaywalking is, for example, you see how here in Kenya it is normal you can cross the road anywhere you want.
Yeah,
that's the shit you can't do in America. In America you can't cross the road from any point. No, you actually have to go to the intersection where there's a zebra crossing, and actually they have like a thing where they have like the traffic post. You press it, and then you wait on the other side. There's like a traffic light that has to blink, and it shows like like someone walking on a, it's like on a post or something, and then you actually cross. We can't just cross from any point of the road. It's called jaywalking. If you do, it's finable. Yes, and in America, there's no day you'll find that you have police officers standing on the side of the road like here in Kenya. No, that is not, that doesn't happen in America. Everything is super digital. Any legal thing that you do, like let me say, like if you commit like a traffic offense, it will just be, the camera will take a snap of you, and then it will send it to the DMV. The DMV is where the licenses are and everything, and then they'll send you, because in America, your ID. Okay, in America, driver's license is your ID, which is different here in Kenya. Here in Kenya, you have an ID and you have a driver's license, right? In America, it's different. America, your driver's license is your ID.
So what about those who don't own cars?
Those who don't own cars, they still have to get they'll get an ID, but it's a driver's license, but they're not permitted to. On the side, it's written not permitted to drive. Yeah.
But it's a
driver's license. Yeah. So when a police pulls you over, when they ask you, like when a cop pulls you up, they ask you for like your ID or for identification, right? So in America, when you get pulled over, they ask you for a driver's license. You know. So when a driver's license contains your address of where you stay. So if you commit a misdemeanor or these petty crimes, like the one I've said, like jaywalking and stuff, they send you a fine on your on the mailbox of the address where you stay. So when you go to check the mail, you get you get a fine. So this fine you have to pay. If you don't pay it, they suspend your driver's license. So if you go to apply for a job or anything, they see your license has actually been suspended. You know,
so it costs you.
It costs you. Yeah.
So I want you to give me an outlook of how living in the US in terms of cost looks like. Let's say for somebody who is thinking of maybe going there. So basic things, let's say rent and food and maybe just small money for enjoyment. Give me a rough cost of somebody who is going there, new Kenyan, maybe 2 jobs or 1 job, casual, not earning much, maybe $20-30 an hour. So what is the kind of amount of an house they should live in, and amount of groceries they should buy, and small thing for enjoyment over the weekend? Typically, an average cost.
So before I get there, I'll just give you an overlook, and then I'll break it down. I'll use myself as an example with what I used to earn, and then we can just compare it from there. So to start with, you know, in America, it's not like Kenya where we have retail shops. There are no retail shops. Everything in America is more of like per se wholesale. There is no ati skuma ya 20 chumvi is 30. No. If it's salt, it's, let's say for example, if salt is, let's say $100, right? Or that's way too much. Let's say $70, right?
70 is still too much.
It's too much.
Salt.
But it's 70. There is no salt for $25 or $15. No. It's salt is 70. You know? So a lot of things are more of like wholesales, you know? When you go to buy things like oil and stuff, cooking oil, like they're more of like wholesale. Hakuna kupimiwa, tutapimiwa ati mafuta ya 20. There is none of that is in America. So everything you buy is wholesale.
So Mama Mboga has no chance.
Yeah, Mama Mboga has no chance in America. You know? You can't do such a thing in America. There's a kibanda you can't do that. Actually, they look at it as like environmental pollution, you know. Yeah, actually, the cops will be there tell you have to shut this down.
Environmental pollution.
Yeah, man. Because that is food that people consume. If you just put it out there in the open air.
So it has to be in a store.
Yeah, it has to be somewhere secured, somewhere hygienical and stuff, you know. Yeah, so that was just like an overlook of what you were talking about. Now let's break it down. Say for example, okay, like the job that I was doing, right? I used to get paid, if you do the math, right? I used to get paid about $22 an hour, right? So say $22 and you work for 8 hours, right? Because you said you work for 8 hours times 8. So in a day, I used to make $176. But in America, you get paid, like I said, you get paid twice in a month, which means the pay period is 2 weeks, right? Then you get paid, right? So which means you work 2 weeks, you get paid. 2 weeks, you get
every
paid.
2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. But of course, in every 2 weeks, you have 2 days off, right? So if 2 weeks, that is 14 days, and you have every week you have 2 days off, which means you have 4 days off. So in 2 weeks, you're actually working 10 days, right? So if one day you earn 176 times times 10, right? It's 1760. That is this is in one paycheck.
They're going to get it after 2 weeks.
Yes, but now
$1,760.
But now you haven't taken out the tax. In America, you have to pay tax. As long as you are working, you have to pay tax.
So what are the tax rates?
$20. Let's just say 20% of it. $20, right? So times 20%, right? Let's say 20. Let's see how much 20% of it is. It's 152, right? So if he was making 1760 minus 352. So every time you get paid, every 2 weeks, this is what you make. $1,408. So every 2 weeks you get $1,400. Every 2 weeks you get $1,400. So let's just do it times 2, which is in a month, right?
2,800.
800 in a month. So that's what you make. This is what you make. This is what an average person makes in America. That is casual job, not an office work. A casual job.
So this is the least.
Yes, this is the average of what a casual person makes in America, right? The house. So this is what you make in a month. The house where I was staying, the rent itself was $1,400. Yes.
For what?
Per month. So that's half of the paycheck is gone already.
So what is this 1,400 house? What does it? Is it a bed sitter or?
It was a 1 bedroom.
1 bedroom.
Yeah, it was a 1 bedroom.
In an apartment or standalone?
In an apartment.
Okay.
And this is even actually cheap. This is cheap, bro. So, anyways, $1,400 a month. Now, that's what I'm telling you. People in America make money through overtime. That's what I was telling you. That's where you make the money. So, like what I was saying was $1,400. In America, you can't live in America if you're not driving. That is one thing people don't know. In America, you have to drive because, say you have 2 jobs, right? One job, you stay here in Kawendani, right? One job is in town, another job is in Georgia. How are you going to get from this job to the other one in time until you get there?
Super metro.
That's another thing. In America, there are no matatus. There are no matatus. And even the subways, they come at certain times, specific times. So in America, you have to drive. You have to drive. So for you to drive, you have to get a car, which means you have to get on a car loan, right? Which you have to make car payments. Like me, the car payment that I was making was $500 per month. If you get 916, and this 916, since you have a car, you have to also make sure you have insurance. Insurance in America is paid per month, not per year like here in Kenya. In America, it's paid per month. So per month, you pay insurance of around about $150, about $150, right?
So you remain with
760. Now, this 760, you have to do groceries and stuff. So your groceries can come to about $100
a month.
About $100. Okay. In America, it's not like here in Kenya. When you buy a phone, you just buy it instantly, then you're done with it. No, in America, you pay for a phone every month, services, because you have unlimited calls, unlimited SMS, unlimited data. You have to pay for it every month. Every month you have to pay for. You buy a phone, but you have to pay for that phone every single month.
Pay what? That time.
Yeah, because you have unlimited. They give you unlimited call. Okay, so there are 2 ways to get a phone in America. You can buy. Say a phone is like right now we have 17 Pro Maxes out, right? So let's say 17 Pro Max about $1,500, right? There are people who will buy it as $1,500. They just cash out $1,500 and buy the phone, and then which means they don't owe that company any money. Well, the only thing they'll pay for is the data usage of the phone. Yes. So like we have Safaricom, Airtel, Orange and stuff, right? So let's say we go with Safaricom. So they'll only pay Safaricom every month $70 for data. This data is unlimited because in America there's nothing like buying credit. Buying credit or kwajazi, that is not in America. America, everything is unlimited. Unlimited calls, unlimited data, everything is unlimited.
Which you pay for per month.
You pay for per month. There's nothing like credit yangu meisha sana no credit. There's nothing like that in America. Everything is unlimited. So for all this service, you pay for it end month. which is $70. But there is also somebody who can't afford to cash in this $1,500 all at once to buy this iPhone 17 Pro Max. So what does this person do? He comes to the store and he tells them, okay, I have 500. I want to put on this one. So I put 500 and they'll give you that phone, which means you owe that company $1,000, right? Remaining. But also, once they give you that phone, they also remember you also have the data usage that you have to pay also. So you'll find on that $1,000, they'll tell you every month we'll only charge you $30
for the phone.
Yeah, for that remaining $1,000. See, the phone was 1,500, but you only came in the 500, so you owe them 1,000. So they tell you from this 1,000 every month you just pay us $30, and then for the service, so it was $70 plus the 30 that for the phone. So 70 for the data usage and 30 for so $100. So take $100 out of this. You have 566, right? Remember, you need to wear clothes, right? You need to wear clothes and stuff. This shirt that you have in America is about $40. One shirt is about $40. One pant is like $80 to $100. Pant. One pant. One shirt is like $40. So say you buy 2 shirts, which is $80, right? And one pant. So you spend like $200, right? You spend like $200. Remember, you have friends like me and any other person. Sometimes when you go outside, you want to buy a drink or whatever, you know. So you're probably gonna spend a bottle of, let's say tequila or any whiskey is about $50. So that's like $50, right? Remember, you also have people in Kenya you have to take care of. You know, your uncles, your relatives and stuff will also be like, hey, send something small. Let's say about 10,000. That's like $100, right? So you have 216 remaining. So this $216, remember, you have to put gas in your car when you're going to work, right? You have to put gas. And remember, this is 30 days that you're doing. So probably going to have to spend about almost $100 on gas for the whole month. And that is even, not even $100, that is even less. Because if my car that I was driving, I used to put a gas off for about $50 for full time. And that will take me about 3 or 4 days, you know? So say, let's just say, let's put 100, right? You have $116 left. So you're telling me times 127. So you're telling me in America in a month you'll be saving 14,000 Kenyan shillings.
Which can't do anything.
What are you gonna do with that?
Nothing.
So where do you get your money? Overtime. Because now, for me, for example, I was getting paid without overtime. I was making $17.46, right? Because I was getting paid $22 an hour, right? So, and that is 80 hours. 80 hours, right? Say I did say I did 100 hours, right? So I have 20 hours overtime. So this 20, so it will be 22 divided by 2, which will be 11. So 11 plus 22, which will be 33. So this $20, this 20 hours remaining on top of the normal working hours, which is now the overtime, is times 20. So this is where I make my extra money. Overtime. Yes.
And the more you have more than a job, the better you are.
Yeah, so the more, if you have 2 jobs, is that's you're on the better side. That's what I'm telling America, you have at least 2 jobs. And now this is also the downside to it. In America, the more you make, the more they tax. Yeah. So the more income you have, the higher tax is big.
So there are those tax brackets.
Yeah. The more you make, the more they tax. The less you make, the less it can sustain it. You kind of live it. But you still also have to pay the tax. You know?
So how easy is it being a millionaire in the US while working? Technically.
Well, I think in America, a lot of people who are actually millionaires are people actually who have maybe had investors, or, you know, like maybe they were heirs to maybe their parents' company or something, or they just came up with something brilliant or something unique that someone never had and just put it out in the market. Because one thing in America, idea will always sell in America. Whether it's a minimal idea, or as long as you can make it, you can take an idea of someone and make it just one step higher. That's it. You know, that's the good thing about, you know, being in America or this advanced country. Right? And also, of course, like people who like musicians and stuff who actually made it in the industry and everything.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to be, especially foreigners. It's not easy to be a millionaire in America.
Unless you have to be extra unique.
Unless you gotta be extra unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we conclude, what are some of the pros and cons of being an American resident or citizen? And what are some of the things you wish you can only do in Kenya and some you wish you can only do in the US, basically?
Okay, so for personally for myself, the only thing and some of the things that I can say I actually think is let's start with the Kenya. Like the good things that I see here in Kenya that actually not in America. Actually, I think they're good. Street food. Street food in Kenya is better than America doesn't have street food, but the food in Kenya, well, let me just say African countries is better than American food because in American food they're mostly processed food.
Yeah.
You know, compared to here in Kenya where we have actually, you know, foods that we grow our own food ourselves, you know. So the taste is different.
Yeah.
Another thing that I see in Kenya that is better here actually is the means of locomotion, how people move here in Kenya. You know, here in Kenya, I can go to the stage and, you know, get into any matatu and go wherever I want to go. Versus compared to America, you can't just go to a bus station and just hop on a bus like that and go. Because buses come at a specific time. Like, I give an example where I used to stay. Buses used to come after every 15 minutes. So, say it comes at 2 p.m., right? The next one will come at 2:15. The next one will come at 2:30, 2:45, like that. That is in Washington State. You'll find some states like, say, if you go to like New Jersey, right? Buses come after every 2 hours. You know? So say you're supposed to get somewhere at around 3 o'clock, right? But you missed, and the bus comes at around 1, and you missed that one. So I mean you have to wait for another like 2 hours, you know? So it's not like here in Kenya where you need to get somewhere you can leave at convenient time and get there to, you know? Yeah. Another thing that actually I like about Kenya that I don't like about America is Kenya, you know, we have a culture. America doesn't have a culture. You know, we have a culture like as let me just say like as Africans, Americans don't have a culture. We have something to look up to. You know, Americans don't have something to look up to. So like here in Kenya, you can say Luo people, like our culture is, you know, we have like a staple food like fish and stuff. You know, there are certain ways that we dress for certain events and stuff. Americans don't have a culture. They don't have a culture. You know, and I don't know if you are familiar with. There's a situation in there was a business talk between I think it was a Nike or Adidas, one of those. I think Nike for America, they were supposed to meet with Germans from I don't know, I think it was Frankfurt or something. So when they came to the board meeting, the Germans came with suits, you know, official suits. But Americans, they came with t-shirts with coats and jeans. And they were like, no, this is informal. We can't have this. And they were like, for them, that is, Americans are like, this is formal for us. And, you know, the Germans are like, no, this is informal for us. This is like, you don't take this serious. And they walked out. The Americans had to go and put on official, like, to come back. So they have the meeting. So, like I said, Americans, they don't have a culture. Here in Kenya, we have culture. And another thing that I like about Kenya, you see in Kenya, when old people, like say our grannies, they're back at home and there's someone over there who's maybe taking care of them, you know, kuna mfanyakazi shamba boy yako huko now, right? In America, when you get old, they put you in a caregivers home. They put you there. Now they have foreigners to come and take you with the like you're saying for wiping people, old people. Yes, you see, yes. So those are some of the things that I like about Kenya that I don't like about America.
Now, what do you like about America?
What I like about America that is not here in Kenya. One, aside by corruption. Corruption in America is not for the low dogs. They play it at an advanced level, like higher ups. There's no day you'll hear that the government released 70 million to build roads and whatever in Wendani, and then an MP ate it. You'll never hear that in America. You'll never see that. The corruption is of a different, of a higher level. On the top dogs plate.
That is invisible.
Is invisible. Like here in Kenya, you see, when you want to join the military, KDF or whatever they call it, you find that you have to pay some money, or pay the recruiters some money, something small for you to join the KDF. Versus in America, joining the military, it's easy. It's this I forgot to mention this. That is the easiest job to get into in America. Military, easy as long as you're a green card holder and you're an American citizen. Those are the only two ways. By the way, people who are watching this podcast, let nobody lie to you that someone who is in the military can invite you and then you join the military. No, there's only two. I'm telling you, I'm in the US Army. I can tell you this for a fact. There's only two ways to join the American military. It's either you have to be in the country, the US Army. You have to be in the US country itself, not someone telling you, you have to be in the country.
To apply from there.
Yes. And it's either through a green card, you have to be a green card holder, or you have to be a citizen. But when you go there, so the thing about America, which is actually, it's so mesmerizing, they don't have it here in Kenya, right? You see, every city, or let me say every town, they have their own recruiting station. Say Wendani, Kawendani, they have Kawendani military recruiting station. Sukari, military. The way here in Kenya, every town has its own police post. The same thing in America when it comes to military. That's what I'm telling you, it's the easiest job to get into. It's actually a walk-in. You don't even need an appointment. You just walk in with your high school diploma certificate. That's it. And your birth certificate. That's it. That's all you need. And you don't need to set an appointment. Even say right now you're a green card holder. Say you went to America today and you are a green card holder. Tomorrow you can go and join the military. Yeah. And when you join the military, if you're a green card holder to join the military, they give you automatic citizenship. You don't have to wait for the 5 years. Yes.
So what are some of the? I think maybe next time we talk about US military.
Yeah. Yes, call me for that one.
Yeah, we'll.
Yes.
But for now, I think you can finalize on what you like in the US that you don't like in Kenya.
Job opportunities. First one, I mentioned corruption. Yeah, because here in Kenya you get a lot of cops harass people. Like so we can see the kanjos, kitu kidogo. In America, you do that's a federal offense. If you try to bribe somebody, that's a federal offense. When a federal offense, you get up to 10 years in prison. That is one. Two, job opportunities. There's in America, jobs are, you can't finish the jobs in America. That's why you see people work even 3 jobs. And there's still jobs that want to hire people. You know? The third thing is the enforcement. The law enforcement is better in America than here in Kenya. Like in America, when you dial 911, it doesn't take less than, if it takes too long, probably like 3 or 4 minutes, the cops will be here. All you have to do is dial 911. But here in Kenya, I don't even think if there's anything like that. Does it even work? I don't know. I've never tried.
They can't come. We have less cops.
Yes. And another thing I like about America, healthcare. You know? So see, here in healthcare, in Kenya here, if you don't have money to pay for, like health services, they won't actually attend to you, or they won't actually offer medical services to you, right? But you see, in America, you can, even if you don't have even if you don't have a coverage, you can walk into any hospital. They treat you. They'll just send you the bill in your mail, like after 2 weeks. They'll send you the bill. You see that? It's different versus here in Kenya.
So if they send you the bill, if you can't pay, what happens?
If you can't afford it, what they do, they send it to a collective agency. Yes, they send it to a collective agency. That's it. There's nothing they can do about it.
But at the end of the day, you have to pay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to pay.
So you can just walk in and get treated and get well, and pay later.
Yeah, you pay later. If you can't pay that, if you don't have cover, you pay. They'll mail that bill to you. Yes, and then the collection agency will reach out to you, and then they'll tell you like you have an outstanding balance of this, and this. You know, and then if you can't pay, it affects your credit. You know, it affects your credit. If you can't pay it, will affect your credit. And if your credit goes down, it will be hard for you to get loans. Yeah.
But there's this thing I had in America. It's easy to own stuff, especially through the credit system. The lipa pole system.
Everything in America is through credit. So, like I said, you can see in a month, like from here in a month, I was making about $3,000, right? So say in a month you're making $3,000, and a car is like $20,000. So you see, it's gonna be hard for you to save that 20,000 if what you remain with already is only $160. You know, so in America you have to be in debt. For you to survive in America, you have to be in debt, because if you want to purchase a house, they have to look at your credit. If you want to get a phone, they look at your credit. A car, anything you have to purchase, they have to look at your credit, because when they look at your credit, they say, okay, you over here, person A credit is, let's say, in the higher 600s up to 700. Right? It's in the higher 600s. So if the bank looks at this guy, that okay, if you have high credit, it means if they give you a loan, they're guaranteed that you will pay it in time, because credit, how it works is the quicker you pay it, and if you pay it on time, it boosts up your score. You know, if you delay the payments or if you default the payment, it affects your credit score, so it goes down, right? So in America, if your credit is high, it's easy for banks to give you higher loans, you know, versus someone whose credit is low. You know, you can be earning the same amount of money, you have the same bank and the same amount of money, but if you go to apply for a loan, because my credit is in like the lower 500s and yours is in the higher 600s, you'll get a higher loan, or maybe they might even deny me. Yeah, it's not like here in Kenya they look at what you make. You know, it's deep. No, in America it's not like that. Yeah.
So what is that thing before you went to the US? What were some more assumptions you had, and you found out that they are not really there?
One, I thought that life was better in America than here in Kenya. And to be honest, no, actually life in Kenya is better than in America. Do you know that? And that is why, you know, actually I forgot to tell you, know, there are people in America that are stuck. Africans that are stuck. They can't even come back home because they have nothing to show. You know?
Yeah.
They have
because people had expectations.
Yeah, people had expectations. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I thought that I would go there and, you know, life will be all, you know, I'll be walking in the land of honey and milk, but I didn't know I was putting myself in a situation where I'll be constantly working and working. And the funny thing in America, you always working to pay something. You always work, because bills, they never stop. You always working to pay something. So that is one thing I didn't know. Yes. And another thing that I didn't know, the expectation is the food. I thought that, you know, because it's America, they have advanced. Everything is just advanced over there, right? Yeah. So, but I you know, I went there and the food was just, it's shiri. Let me just say that. Excuse my language, but the food is not that good at all.
You can't carry your nyama choma.
Actually, the nyama choma over there, the taste is very weird, to be honest. Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Very. You remember when we were young, we used to drink those juice cola. You remember juice cola? Yeah. So for them, you see the juice cola, we used to have the orange one. That is Fanta over there. Yes. That is Fanta over there. They mix it with water. Yeah, man.
And they sell it as Fanta.
That is how it tastes. It's the same taste. Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
The one you used to buy at 5 bob.
Yeah, you remember? Yes, those ones.
So what do you think now? Is US better than Kenya? If you were to make a choice, a permanent choice, life choice.
If I was to make a permanent life choice,
without being 50-50.
That's a very hard choice. That's a very tough choice to make, because it depends on how you're looking at it, what perspective you're looking at it. Are you looking in terms of income, in terms of lifestyle,
like
in terms of
everything? Look at it, income,
of course,
lifestyle,
any day, anytime,
everything.
America will always be better than Kenya.
Yeah. So you would choose America?
Yes, I would choose America. Yeah.
So you would advise somebody that America is better than Kenya in terms of everything, lifestyle, income, everything.
Yes.
If they want to fulfill maybe their life goal, which is to make a lot of money at the end of the day, and
yes,
and live a good life.
And live a good life.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to live a good life, I'd say Kenya, a good life, but a comfortable life, I'd say America. You know, you can have, there's a difference between having a comfortable life and having a good life. If you want to live a good life, I'd say Kenya. Because here in Kenya, if you have 20 bob, you can buy mboga and eat. Yeah. America, if you have 20 bob, man, you're stuck. You're in a bad place.
Yeah.
So if you want to live a good life here in Kenya, but a comfortable life, I'll say America. Yeah.
And I meant to ask before we wind up, there is this state of homelessness in the US. It's a common thing.
It's a common
thing.
So
what makes somebody become homeless? Because I've been seeing a lot of videos. People are really so homeless.
Even Kenyans. Where I used to work, I used to have a lot of Kenyans who are homeless. Super, super homeless. One, okay, I'll say for the biggest thing that I've actually, from my perspective, is peer influence. Peer influence. When you get to America, right? Okay. Remember when you were, like me personally, I was born in the village. Like, I'm a country boy. I was born in the countryside, right? Then I came to Nairobi. But you remember, like, Sisi village boys, when we came to Nairobi, we wanted to talk like Nairobi boys, right? We wanted to talk like them, dress like them. You get? So the same thing in America. You find people go to America, then they want to be like, they call them Black Americans, want to be like niggas, like the York people, want to be like niggas. But what you don't, these people grew up on these things. They grew up on drugs and in the hood, the neighborhood they're selling. So you find a lot of Kenyans get there and then they get involved in such stuff. And then these drugs make them be so, I don't know how to put it, but just make them not be themselves, and then they just become so irresponsible. And they don't go to work. They start selling whatever they bought in the house, so that because the addiction makes you do that. Because the drugs that are in America are so addictive because they're super strong. They're not like the drugs here in Kenya that we have, So they're so advanced, So I'd say one, peer pressure. A lot of people get into peer influence and stuff. They forget about responsibilities. Another thing is depression. They make people homeless. People get so depressed in America. Actually, people get so depressed in America because can you imagine? When I went to America, right? I used to stay in the same house with my father, right? Like this one, same house with my father. But in a month, we could see each other maybe 2 or 3 times. But we stay in the same house.
How?
Because he has 2 jobs, right? Or maybe 1 job, I have 1 job too, right? So say when he leaves for work, I'm sleeping, right? When he comes off work, I'm leaving to go to work, right? So when I get off work and I come home, he's sleeping. So when he wakes up to go, I'm sleeping. So on the weekends or on his off days, say in every week you get 2 days off, right? So say he picks one. He says, okay, this one of my off days I'll go to work. So instead of spending time with him, he's going to work. And also on my side, I'm like, instead of just being home alone and doing nothing, let me go to work. You see? So you can find in a month, like munapitananga too. So what we used to do, we used to give each other instructions on the phone, but to stay in the same house. You see that I've left the meat stew and the rice on the gas. After you're done eating, make sure you put it in the fridge through text. But we live in the same house. You see? So you get so depressed. And then in America it's different. It's not like Kenya, you can go outside and you see people walking in the street. No. You see when you go to Mudaige and there's nobody walking in the street, that's how America is. So you get so lonely and you get so depressed. That's what a lot of people go through in America. They get so depressed to a point where they just become homeless. It's not up to their liking, but it's just, that's how the system is. You get so depressed, you don't go to work, you're just there, you're tired, you're just done with it. Another thing, the third reason why a lot of people are homeless in America is bills.
Mm.
Like I say in America,
Mm.
you know, here in Kenya is different. Here in Kenya, you work and you save. You can work and save. America, you work to pay. You always working to pay something. See what that's what the difference is. Kenya, you work to save. In America, you work to pay something. Yeah.
So the homelessness thing is something that is so rampant.
Yeah.
So normal.
So yeah.
So can't you, if you get homeless, like what is the best that the government of the US can do for you?
So the thing is with America, actually, I actually even forgot to mention that when you asked me about the the pros of America compared to the ones in Kenya. So for in America, the homeless people, the government has built for them shelters. They have shelters. These shelters, they go through organizations like Jehovah Witness and stuff. Like for example, I think I used to work for Jehovah Witness. It was Jehovah Witness and stuff. I used to work for them. I used to supply with them for them, like the government supplements and stuff. So in America, the homeless people, the government provides for them shelters. So these shelters, they have curfews. They're supposed to be in by, I think it's by 6. By 6 p.m. they're supposed to be in the shelters, and they provide for them 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But also in the morning, they have to be out of these shelters by 7 a.m. They have to be out.
To do what?
Look for jobs and do whatever they have to do. Look for jobs and stuff. They have to go there, look for jobs, or do whatever they're going to do. But they can come back at 6. But now, here's the catch to it. You can only stay in these shelters for 3 months. After 3 months, you can't come back. You have to go. So these 3 months is for you to get a job and get back on your feet. You see? Yeah. That is not here in Kenya. Yeah.
Then the issue of street families, like the Chokora version of Kenya, are they there?
I haven't. No, I haven't. Because I haven't seen any street families in America. Because one thing in America, if they have what they call CPS, Child Protective Service. If the child is out, in America, a child cannot go outside and play by him or herself. If they're, I think, 8 years and below, 8 or 9 years below, they have to have an adult outside. If they're out there by themselves, CPS will come and take them and give them to a family which is take them capable to take care of the child. Yeah, so I haven't seen any street kids or in America. Most of the people who are homeless are adults. Yes, majority of them are adults. Kids, they're usually put in children's protective custody and stuff. Yeah.
So as we conclude, what is an advice you can give to a young Kenyan who wants to go to the US? As a conclusion.
Yes, so to conclude, I would just say that for a young person who's trying to go to America, one thing you have to know: America is not the land of gold and honey, and it's not the only land of opportunities. Even here in Kenya, you can have the same opportunity as someone who's in America. It's just that in America, it's easier to get to that opportunity, And another thing, for someone who's trying to go to America, if you have the mentality of, or if you put your mind into just going there and staying focused into getting a better income and stuff, make sure you do that. That's what you do. You stick into the lane, into the main reason that actually took you out of Kenya to America. Don't go over there and get into this other stuff that people get into because, oh, now I'm in America, I have to act like I'm an American. No, you're not an American. You're a Kenyan. That's who you are. Don't try to change your identity. Just go there, stick to the main purpose that took you over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Until
very
next
much.
time.